Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just got done taking my final horror exam. Let's see what I got. Let's see. All right. And there we go.
Hi, Tech. I hope you are doing well.
I am doing well.
I'm checking your horror report card.
All right.
Let's see here. Just 1 second. Okay. Looks like you got a F for your horror knowledge.
An F?
Looks like your dumbass needs to retake Horror 101.
Huh?
Why do you even have a YouTube channel?
What you talking?
You hyping up all these real horror fans like you know something? Wait till they hear this and find out you're a fraud. Y'all come take a look at this. Tech the horror fraud.
I'm done. Cut the show. I'm done. Take me off. Take me off.
Spooky gang, what is going on? Welcome back to Terror of Tech. It is your boy Tech. I hope y'all having a blessed day, and I just hope all my Spooky Gang members are doing well and keeping it spooky out here. And if you're not a part of the Spooky Gang, go ahead, click that subscribe button. We're on the road to 1K subs. We're a little over 350 now, so we definitely been picking up on the subscribers pretty much with every single video. So let's go ahead and keep the momentum rolling. Y'all go ahead and subscribe to the channel. More content is always going to come out, so y'all always be prepared and make sure your notification bell is on to make sure that you don't miss a video. So y'all make sure y'all subscribe and like the video. So for today's video, it's essentially, are you smarter than a horror YouTuber? We're going to be taking some of these horror tests and quizzes to truly see how much I know as a horror fan. So y'all really get to see if I truly know my horror stuff or if I'm really a fraud. And the beauty of it all is y'all get to take the test or the quizzes with me, just so you can test your own horror knowledge. You know, make sure between each question that you know, there's enough time for you to think about what your answer may be, and then we'll truly see, like, you know, who's really one of them dogs out here, who really knows their horror stuff. Alrighty, this is the big dog test that's gonna see who truly knows their horror. So let's see. Start the quiz. All right. First question. This 1968 film delivers horror in eerie black and white as a group of people try to stay alive as hordes of flesh-eating zombies close in and attack them. Can you name it? This one's a piece of cake to me. I know this one for a fact. Y'all got 4 answer choices: Night of the Living Dead, the Ghastly Ones, Genocide, and The Devil's Ride Out. This is a foundational horror movie for the zombie genre, so but the answer is Night of the Living Dead. We're going to continue. Can we name this film? Its open, empty spaces are even more frightening than confined ones, and long hallways with many closed doors are terrifying. This 1980 film tells the story of the terrible things that happen when an aspiring writer and recovering alcoholic moves his family into a large, remote hotel for the winter when he agrees to serve as a caretaker. Can you name this film? Easy as pie. You should all know it. Ain't too much time we need to spend on it, because that's definitely The Shining. Next movie. Alright, in this 1976 film, an American diplomat and his wife notices there is something strange about their son, especially when death and disturbance follow him everywhere. Can you name this film? The Omen. Next question. Having a tea party with this toy certainly isn't child's play. Name the serial killer possessed doll. I mean, we kind of already did this one, so we're just going to skip fast. So, Chucky, easy. Continue. From the Boogeyman to Krampus, horror films have been inspired by fictional characters for decades. What well-known spooky creature was portrayed by British actor Boris Karloff? Big dog Boris Karloff from the Universal Classic horror movies. Boris Karloff played the werewolf, and I was wrong. He definitely played Frankenstein, didn't he? Dang, I'm trying to think, because there's Lon Chaney, Boris Karloff. I don't even know why I didn't choose Frankenstein. Something wrong with me. But anyway, next. Can you name this 1953 horror film about a man who becomes deranged after nearly burned by a business partner who then turns to murder and immortality by sealing his victims in wax? I mean, like, the question already kind of has the answer in it. Pretty easy. House of Wax. What if nature finally gets tired of human meddling and abuses? The audience is thrown into this frightening situation just as the characters in this 1963 film that poses the question, what if? As flocks of blackbirds gather around a coastal town, can you name this terror-filled film? Another easy one, pretty simple. I'll let y'all see. Can you name this 1984 film in which a murdered killer returns to stalk and kill teenagers in their dreams? Let's go ahead and get into it. So let's see. Boom. Easy money. Avoid Elm Street. It's this nightmare's favorite haunt. Okay. Simple. It was the same question basically. In 1974, director Tobe Hooper gave us the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and set the bar for all horror movies to follow. Although the plot is largely fictional, what real-life serial killer was the chilling film loosely based on? And this also is a very good question because it relates to a video that I did 2 videos ago. Y'all check that out and put that up here. About horror movies that are based on true stories. And for this specific one, the real life serial killer that this movie is based on is Ed Gein. Question 11. Playing on what we do not see, this 1999 film is styled to be found footage shot by young people going into the Maryland woods to investigate legends of a supernatural being. Can you name this film? Easy money. We know this. This one is the Blair Witch Project. We know. Alright. In this 1976 film directed by Brian De Palma, a confused teenager struggles to function normally and fit in while dealing with a strange power and a mother who is a religious fanatic. Can you name it? Also another easy one. But I should know this. What do you see? 3, 2, 1. The answer is Carrie. Boom. A small child wearing a clown costume, no less, murders his sister and escapes from a mental institution 15 years later to return to his hometown of Haddonfield, Illinois, and terrible and terrifying events follow. Can you name this film? Come on now, y'all. You know what we're talking about. Ain't no doubt about it. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I don't know what movie this is. I mean, you would think that it would be something as simple as The Mummy, but I don't know, but we're gonna go for it anyway. Banger. Now you see him, now you don't. Who is the Invisible Man? We just answered this one already, so pretty easy. Dr. Jack Griffin. Okay. In this 1925 horror film, a composer, disfigured and mad, stops at nothing to do what he sees as furthering the career of a young singer in an opera house. Can you name this film? I mean, because you might have read about this in school or anything like that, so you should know this one, but let's see. Phantom of the Opera. In every person lies good and evil, says a man of science who puts his theory to the test in this 1931 film. Can you name this double-faced film? I'm gonna say it's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You already know how we do. This 1973 film has been named the most frightening film of all time with good reason. No matter what you believe, scenes throughout the film, especially the emotional and frightening climax, will stay with you for a long time. These are starting to seem like they cape. I don't know if that's just me. I hope y'all following along real well and that y'all are about in the same ballpark. I shouldn't have missed that first one, but yeah, that's just gonna be what it is. So this 2002 home invasion film touches on our deepest fears. A terrified mother and her diabetic daughter find out that their most sacred retreat is not safe after all when burglars invade their home and they must fight to stay alive. Can you name this film? Can't cap to y'all again. I don't know what this is. If I had to guess, I really want to say Panic Room, but something is telling me to say Close Your Eyes. In this 1933 film, A scientist pushes the limits of human existence by developing a formula that allows his body to disappear from sight. But in doing so, he loses his mind. Can you name it? This 1935 sequel to what many American critics call the greatest monster movie of all time reprises the role of Boris Karloff and Colin Clive when a monster pieced together from dead body parts demands a mate. Can you name it? And that will be The Bride of Frankenstein. Right. In this 1956 film, it is considered by many to be the forerunner of modern science fiction. Can't lie to y'all, gang. I don't know. But I'm gonna say Forbidden Planet. Dub. In this 1982 film, spirits come out of the television and a child disappears in her closet and can later be heard through the television that everyone should have seen already. And if you don't, go check that out because the classic Poltergeist from '82 is a movie that you should watch. All right. Can you name it? And if y'all don't know a household insect, what could it possibly be? The Fly. This 2007 horror film is about malevolent supernatural entities that terrorize a young couple in their home. We all know this movie. Come on now, y'all. This one. Be careful where you stop for the night. In this 1960 film, Norman Bates likes to stuff birds, and he has a strong attachment to his mother. Can you name this film? Simple enough. It is Psycho. Right. In this 1959 film, directed by William Castle, when a millionaire offers 5 people money to stay in a large spooky house with him and his wife. Can you name this film? 3, 2, 1. House on a Haunted Hill. 3. This 1990 miniseries is an adaptation of Stephen King's novel in which children are terrorized and haunted by a dreadful being. Can you name it? 2004 film begins in a filthy bathroom with 2 men chained to pipes and a bloody corpse splayed on the floor. Slow realization comes to both of them that the only way to escape is through self-mutilation, which is meant to prove their strong drive to survive. Can you name this film? Classic movie. Everybody should have already seen this, but banger of Saw. All right. What Maine-born author is responsible for one of the most frightening movies of all time, including It, Pet Sematary, and Children of the Corn? That is none other than the infamous Stephen King. This 1941 film has a stellar cast to tell the tragic story of a man who is turned into a murderous creature during full moons. Can you name it? We all got it. Y'all know the game. Happy Halloween, or it will be This Freaky Slasher on the Loose. The GOAT. In this 1963 British horror film, it's a scientist and 3 other people meet at a large house reputedly haunted to determine whether spirits do haunt its halls. Can you name this film? I'm gonna say The Haunting. Directors will use all kinds of techniques to instill fear in the hearts of their viewers. Which spooky film is shot primarily by the actors using handheld cameras? Clear as day. Except we should all know this. Villain made you get rid of all your dolls. So I mean, that's pretty simple. We all know this. Annabelle. Y'all, we're gonna stop this quiz at 40 questions because this is gonna be a crazy long video if we did all 63 questions. Considering at this rate, we're 35 questions in and we're at 94% correct, it's pretty proven that I know what the hell I'm talking about. So let's go. You can see by the picture, you don't even halfway you need to read this. And obviously, you know, The Silence of the Lambs, serial killer. Clear as day, Hannibal Lecter. Of Hellraiser will certainly haunt your dreams. Name the Cenobite. I don't know. Pinhead. You're in luck. When Friday the 13th rolls around, you know what to avoid. My guy, Jason. Okay, in this 1974 film from Tobe Hooper, a young woman and her brother, along with 3 other young people, travel to check her grandfather's grave after hearing reports of grave desecration. What they find is much worse. We know. Y'all know. 74 and Tobe Hooper. It's got to be the one and only The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And question 40 to end this thing on off. And starts growing and dissolving people, becoming ever stronger. This is a classic. Honestly, with this quiz asking so many of these 1930s, 40s, 50s type questions, it gives you more of a reason to go back and check out a lot of these movies. A lot of these, like I said, are like the foundation to a lot of the horror movies that we know today. So and to cap everything on off with a correct answer, it is The Blob. And so that is it for this quiz, Spooky Gang. Let me know what y'all got down below. We are currently sitting at 38 out of the 40. So clearly I know my stuff, and I don't know what that hoe was talking about. Talking about I failed my horror test. Like, get out of here with all that. But that's all I got for y'all today, Spooky Gang. Like I said, comment down below what y'all scores were. Like I said, road to 1K subs. Y'all go ahead, click that subscribe button. But like I said, go and check out some of those old horror movies like The Blob, The Fly, Psycho, the Universal classic horror movies. So there's The Invisible Man, The Creature of the Black Lagoon, Frankenstein, and Dracula. So many movies. Y'all check out some of those classics, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Y'all stay spooky.